Buggles. Video Killed the Radio Star. Absolute classic. It's BBC Radio Oxford, 20 past 11 right now with me, Adam Ball. And of course, it's Friday. You know what happens on a Friday. It is the day that movies are released. So it is time to catch up with our movie critic, Van Connor, who gets to see them all before we do because, well, he's a movie critic. So he's going to come on to talk about two of the movies you could dive into this weekend and give us his honest opinion. Good morning, Van Connor. How are you?
I am all good, Mr. Ball. How are you doing this week, sir?
Yeah, not too bad at all. It's, I think, a fairly decent week for movies from what I have seen. I don't know what you think to these two yet.
It's pretty good. It's a pretty good week, to be honest. And there's other movies out as well. There's a pretty decent movie on Netflix, actually, at the moment called Pain Hustlers. Pain Hustlers starring Chris Evans and Emily Blunt, based in the pharmaceutical industry. That's worth checking out if you don't want to leave your home or anything this weekend. But we've got two in pictures as well, so at least you can get out, get to the cinema, escape the rain, and see a flick if you want.
Yes.
So at least two, I think, pretty good ones.
So
we'll start with the Royal Hotel. Should we do the Royal Hotel?
Yeah, let's start with Royal Hotel. So what is this about, first of all, for anyone who has no idea?
Royal Hotel is a new character-driven dramatic thriller from Kitty Green. Kitty Green was most notable a couple of years ago for doing that movie The Assistant with Julia Garner, and she actually re-teams with Julia Garner for this. So this centres around a pair of American backpackers who are on holiday in Australia. They are played by Julia Garner and Jessica Henwick, and they run out of money, so they get like a temp job, as you do to keep the good times rolling. They take a few weeks out and they go to a remote mining town, like in the middle of the Australian outback, where they work in the local pub that's owned by Hugo Weaving. Hugo Weaving, Agent Smith himself, because Jessica Henwick recently was in Matrix Revelations, whatever the most recent one was. And no sooner have they gotten to this very isolated, very intimidating, and in the middle of nowhere locale, than their paranoia starts to be immediately triggered by the somewhat savage behaviour of everyone around them that they just could not be prepared for. I've got a clip for you. Have a listen.
We're in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
Down the back, up the stairs.
Down the back.
Up the stairs, mate. You're the new girls.
Yeah. We're on vacation. We should be on a beach somewhere.
We have sunshine and booze in a box. Let's put up with it for a few weeks. Make some cash. It'll toughen us up.
Right. Gold is for cold gold. Red is Redlands. Honey's in his hand.
You get him a beer. Why'd you want to come all the way out here?
It was the furthest away.
So are we talking kind of psychological thriller here?
I think that it sets itself up that way. I mean, this has got elements of other better movies, but it's a pretty good greatest hits in a sense. So there's bits of kind of like dead calm, for instance, in there. There's a little bit of Straw Dogs. There's little bits of this movie and that movie, and they're all in there into this pretty interesting, solid, engaging melting pot. The two leads, Julia Garner and Jessica Henwick, both work really, really well. Garner obviously has an established patois with Kitty Green at this point, and it shows because it's a very smooth, very naturalistic performance, and you really feel it. And Henwick more than handles herself as well in that regard as well. I thought this was really, really solid. Did not quite know where it was going. My only real complaint is I think that when it kind of tells you where it's going, it then just rushes to the end. And I really wanted to enjoy more of that end because I think it's a really good, solid thriller.
Well, it left you wanting more, Van, and that's exactly a good thing as far as movies go, I think. So if you want to see that, Royal Hotel, it's in cinemas from today. Right, Van, let's talk Bottoms.
Yes, let's talk Bottoms indeed. So Bottoms, new comedy in cinemas from today. I think something like what you get if you smashed Booksmart and Mean Girls together. Right?
Nice.
Only with the cherry on top that the two female leads of this are members of the LGBT community. So all of this gets to be a diversity thing as well as the story of two unpopular high school girls who capitalize on a wave of attacks on the girls of their school to set up a fight club, ostensibly for the appearances of teaching self-defense, but in reality, so that they can score before graduation. I've got a clip for you, and this is Rachel Sennot's character just being embarrassingly cringe, like full-blown Superbad level cringe.
Hey, Brittany!
PJ.
I am loving all the holes in your pants.
Thanks. You look like a little Dutch boy.
Thank you. So, Britt, can I call you Britt?
I'd prefer if you just called me my name.
Brittany.
No, not that.
Brittany, are you thinking of riding a Ferris wheel at all tonight?
I wasn't. I'm going on the Puke and Duke. I need a pull trig.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
I'm gonna say something crazy. I think you can eat food, digest it, let it marinate, poop it out.
Gross.
Brilliant. I love the fact that the diversity in this movie is more of a byproduct than the reason for doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's a unique enough spin on the sort of Superbad Booksmart formula that it primarily, I think it is focusing more on that angle. I really love the casting in this. Rachel Sennott, you could hear in the clip there for the most part. Io Eddie Beery as well. They're a great pair together. They've got chemistry that really works. Again, in that great way that, for instance, see Superbad or Booksmart. And this works. It's a really fun little 3-film box set between the three. But I would also double this with Mean Girls. The script is tight. The performances are comedically really well judged so that they know just when to get the right amount of heart out of it. The fantastical sort of visuals that get infused into this as well add to just the sheer comic value of it. And like I say, you've got those great performances just bouncing their way through it as well. I think this is a real winner. So get your bottoms to a cinema and see Bottoms. Go see Bottoms. Get Bottoms on seats.
Get Bottoms on seats if you'd like to go and see
Bottoms
something.
on seats, sir.
That's in cinemas from today if you fancy it for the weekend. Fab, thank you very much for your opinions on those, Van. We will catch up on Friday next week. Have a lovely weekend away. I know you're planning to head away, so enjoy.
I am hashtag Amstervan, baby.
Amstervan. I like what you did there. Brilliant. All right, we'll have a top time and I'll catch you next week, Van.
Till next time, good sir.